What's going on, guys? Welcome back to For the Fans. My name's Kevin, and I'm here with CJ, and we're here to talk about Big Brother 26. The 5 p.m.ers are back. CJ, good to see you again.
What's going on?
I was gone 1
week. I'll say it's been a long 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gone a week. You were gone a week. Now we're back here together. And what a week to come back, man. The house is in disarray. The people that were on top are not on top anymore. Tucker won more competitions. What a week to come back.
You know, I could have been here last week, but I was just so mad at Angela when I broke my computer. I'm not going to lie.
I'm glad you got a new one because Angela wasn't on TV too much. So I'm glad you got a new one.
And I thank Quinn for that.
Yeah. Speaking of Quinn, man, what did you think of Quinn's HOH?
I think that he did a good job, but like, if your goal is to get rid of Tucker, I know that you have to worry about the AI arena, but why did you even give this man a chance to win the veto?
Right.
Like, I understand the AI arena. There's no true back doors right now until the arena is gone. And people are just going to keep throwing Tucker up, and he's going to keep trying to win his way. Like, the worst part is Tucker's probably going to, or up until this week, Tucker probably had to win out to win the game. And now he has a really solid alliance. And Quinn, I don't even know, man.
Do you think his alliance is solid?
Tucker, I think that his alliance is solid because Angela doesn't have a home. Chemo has a crush on him, so he's gonna do whatever he wants. Takor is following Chemo around like a lost puppy.
It's T-Core. That's important. They were talking about it earlier today. Not today. Not even spoilers. Chemo was like, I feel real good about Tucker. And she said, he still doesn't say my name right. He says Takor. It's T-Core.
Well, they need to make sure that CBS emphasizes that with the TEE apostrophe core.
Well, that's why it was funny because like you just said, Chemo's like, I think we can really trust Tucker. And she's like, bro can't say my name.
It makes me wonder, because I get that, because we have friends that happens to. How many times did she correct him?
That's what I want to know.
One time you give them grace. 2 times, any more than that, yeah, they got to go.
And that's why I thought that was funny. So, but go on. So he has T-Core.
So he has them. Joseph is just trying to stay on the right side of the numbers, so he will continue to work with them.
Yeah,
and Rubina, it makes no sense to me that Tucker's entire orbit is people who are attracted to him.
And T-Core.
and friends. It's like, we crush on Tucker and friends should be the name of the alliance.
Well, the best part is that it's people that are attracted to Tucker, and then Tucker was attracted to T-Core, and she was like, thanks.
And that's why he didn't learn her name.
It's wild. It's interesting. Let's get to the chat, though. First off, we got Tasha in the chat. Tasha, what's going on? Good to see you. 5 p.m.ers. We're here doing what we do at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Me and CJ are on the West Coast. So for the 5 p.m.ers, we're here to watch that 5 p.m. feed. You're right, man. It's ridiculous because this is his orbit. They're all flying around his orbit because they just like him. But he sucks at this game, man.
It's really dumb that he does stuff because he's bored. Because if you're bored, it means you're winning. So you're literally just shaking things up to shake things up. It is the stupidest strategy. And for some reason it works, which makes me wonder if this is the stupidest cast we've had in the last 10 years?
No, man, that's not. No, because the shaking thing, like this dude shakes things up because he also wins comps.
Yes, and like
And so
it's
you're like
just one of the
you're siding with the comp winner. It's not, and he shakes it up to do it for no reason. Like for instance, we'll talk about it today in the spoiler section. He does things to do it for no reason because he also, the worst part is that this dude just feels like he knows better than everybody.
yeah, he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. You know what the worst part is? I truly believe that Tucker is what CBS wishes Enzo was.
Mm.
Like the personality and the gameplay. Like I get a lot of, the meow meow, like the way that Tucker talks reminds me of Enzo. But whereas Enzo was like dumb and harmless, Tucker is a threat in the game because he just keeps winning.
I push back against that because he wasn't dumb. Enzo wasn't dumb. Enzo was very smart. He made the brigade. Like he was.
Well, I mean, like the jokes, the
yeah,
way
yeah.
he talks, the way he
But
comes
he was
across.
harmless and he understood that like there's other parts to this game. Tucker has a one-track mind on comps and thinks that this is the fucking challenge. It is not the challenge. Though Tucker's going to be fun on the challenge.
Yeah.
This is not the challenge.
But it's funny that Tucker's beasting these comps, and I've been gone for 2 weeks now. But one of the things that we were talking about, even before you were gone, was the equity of the comps and the fact that we have different types of challenges. They're not all.
And he wins them all. He's just like low-key well-rounded.
And like Angela won a second HOH. Who had that on their bingo board? Angela winning 2 HOHs. And yet Tucker is just over here just racking up wins.
And they're different kind of comps. They're different kind of comps that he's winning. The wall, I can see that happening. But when he had to do the puzzle, come on, man, who would expect it? Yeah. When he had to do I keep calling it the glass bridge from Squid Games, the glass
exactly
bridge competition. Yeah, when he won that one, that is a competition where you have to be smart. You have to figure out what other person did. It's a lot of luck.
When he had to grab the balls in the glass thing in the phone booth, kind of like the cash machine, like he dominated that one too.
He's well-rounded and he does the things he has to do, even though the comps are more equitable. Side note, I don't know if you heard recently on a podcast, or it was either a podcast or a Facebook Live, your boy Matt from first boot of this season, remember from 4 weeks ago? Yeah. He said that the comps weren't that AI comp wasn't equitable to him.
Why was it not equitable to him?
He needed something more physical.
Okay, but that's Big Brother. Have you ever watched the show?
He said it needs to be more. If we're talking about equitability, that comp where he had to look at faces, figure them out, and then put in how many they were there wasn't fair to him. But he needed something more physical against Chemo and Kenny. I want to make sure you sit with that, CJ. He needed something more equitable because we're talking about equitability. If we want an equitable comp, there should have been a little bit more physical, so then that way it was well-rounded, so he had a better chance.
Does this guy just want full-on Survivor comps where it's like part puzzle, part physical, part mental? Like Big Brother doesn't do that. They break them up where it's like, today we have a spelling bee. Today we have the wall comp. Today we have 3D chess. Like the thing that I like about Big Brother is the variability of the comps where you never know what you're going to get.
Well, that's not even that. When you talk about equitability, it means that everyone on average would have a chance to do this competition.
Exactly.
If you have something where you have to move a bunch of stuff, the people that have more strength are going to do better. So when we talk about equitability, we want things to be as equal as possible.
Right.
This idiot said that it wasn't equitable because he had to use his fucking brain and not dominate with his physical skill over Kenny or Chemo.
I do think it's funny because in our cast preview, I did peg Matt as the the one like dude you think might go far that is going to be going home early.
You didn't have him that early.
No, I didn't. And that goes back to the villain Angela, who I am not a fan of. But I did call him leaving early, and I did call his potential showmans.
You did. But let's get into our top 4 moments, man. Our top 4 things from the this past episode. Let's start right here with the cancellation of Young Cedric. Just like Young Sheldon, it came to an end. So did the show Young Cedric. My guy Cedric went home in a blindside. In this episode, we got to see how it happened, which is a little crazy. Things
How
were
happy do
popping
you
off.
think? How happy do you think Julie was they used those 2 minutes?
I mean, she set it up real well. She said, "All right, now I want everybody to know after I announce now the competition has ended. I'm not sit down. I'm not going to tell you who won yet because I need y'all to listen to me now. Unlike the last couple of weeks, y'all gonna go ahead and take this time and give us a live TV moment. All right, y'all gonna give us a live TV moment. Y'all gonna scramble like it's a double eviction, and I'm gonna announce who won, and y'all better get to work. Okay, everybody, okay." Mackenzie won the AI competition. Go ahead. And then DC on the hugs, because I thought the hugs went for too long. I love that Brooklyn utilized the hugs to be like, "Hey, we voting to keep Cedric. We voting to keep Cedric."
Yep.
Then she tells T-Core, "If we don't keep Cedric, we're screwed." And in that moment, T-Core saw the light and said, "We."
What do you mean?
Nah, mama. We ain't screwed. You screwed.
You know what's funny is I've been complaining that this season has been boring because they've just been lining up like, okay, we're gonna get rid of Matt, and everybody's like, okay, we're gonna get rid of Matt. Then we're gonna get rid of Lisa. Okay, everybody wants to get rid of Lisa. Okay, now we're gonna get rid of Kenny. Okay, everybody's gonna get rid of Kenny. This blindside was wonderful. I'm just not happy who came up on the right side of the vote.
Correct, man. I was a big fan of Young Cedric. I told y'all from the jump, kid was gonna be great. And he was.
Yeah.
And he was. Like, I feel like you can't take that away. I feel like he was great. He was entertaining throughout. The kid played hard. He was learning on the fly, come to find out. Did you know in his exit press, he said he was gonna go mess up Mackenzie's game? That was his plan. He thought about it for a half second, but he didn't want to mess up live TV. But nowhere in the rules specifically did they say he couldn't interfere. So he was going to go and just swat the balls as she was throwing them.
That was fucked up.
That was his plan because he knew that he said that he knew that he had a better chance of staying against Mackenzie than he did Rabina. So he had to make sure Mackenzie lost, but he ended up not doing it. He said he didn't want to miss up live TV. I was like, hey man, that would have been inventive.
I mean, what do they do at that point? Does he just get DQ'd and then they start over with Rabina and Mackenzie?
That's another thing. He said, I don't want to. He said, I also didn't want to like get a punishment because it's live TV, and then they tell me at like 3 penalty votes or something.
Yeah. I mean, they would have had to figure it out right then.
Yeah. Because they would have been like, they would have had to do this covering what's happening. Is he doing that right now? he's hitting her balls right now. And we got to figure out a punishment for Cedric. We got to figure out.
Let's make him a have not.
Cut the feed, Julie. Cut the feed.
So if that would have happened, do we get the dogs and cats in the pound while they figure it out
on live TV while it's airing on CBS? That would have been hilarious. No, but the fact that this vote came together in that moment like that with them T-Core and Chemo don't really have too much conviction, but for them to like have planned it through the day, still not be sure, and then go into the moment, and it takes Brooklyn, who thinks she's in the know and is not bad, is based on what she's understood, to make the call from the from the dugout to the bullpen. And she like looked and said, "We're going with the plan." You know, we're going with the plan. And what are you thinking?
I think it's funny because Brooklyn just like, she was so confident. she was so confident that everything was like going the way they had plotted out because everything had gone the way everyone had plotted out before. And I wonder if she would have phrased it differently to T-Core
Rabina?
and Chemo if it would have
Oh,
mattered.
that's interesting, right?
To
Because
them, they're like, we
so
have to do it.
on Thursday, me, Kylie, and Sheldon, we talked about it a lot, and I talked about quinning it up, right? This doesn't happen if you put Leah on the block. We're not in this situation at
No.
all. So this was a no-win situation for Chemo and T-Core all along. But along with quitting it up, it was Quinn exposing the Pentagon to them intentionally to try to say he's with them, but they never believed him. So then them not believing him then led to them not trusting him, them just thinking it's all a farce. And then it was more important to get out Young Cedric. So I think it still happens, even if Brooklyn doesn't whisper that we're screwed if we don't do this, because he really should have been like, hey, Quinn should have been like all along, how do you two feel, Alliance members, about me putting up Rabina?
I just
no, I don't know if anyone thought of that, but if you go Alliance members, does this work for your game?
And that's why I made that meme I sent you.
You mean this one right here? This one, right? Yep. I'm gonna take down the young Cedric banner. Quinn's game.
Yeah.
Why would Tucker do this?
I mean, like, Quinn, why did he tell Angela about his power? Why did he tell Chemo about his power? Why did he tell Chemo about, like, now you told Chemo, wait, hold on. You told Chemo about your power, and then he told Tucker, and then Tucker put you on blast, and then you still told Chemo about the Pentagon? What are you doing?
Well, he told Chemo about the Pentagon too before all the Tucker stuff came out. He already told him about that.
It's ridiculous.
It gets even wilder to me because it goes. I understand why he told Angela about the power, right? He's trying to get an ally there. I get why he tells Chemo to let Chemo know you're on the block, but it's okay. If you come off the block, we got something that we can work with. Okay, I got those things. He tells him about the Pentagon. Terrible move. If you're in an alliance, and it's a secret, and you're in a smaller part of this bigger alliance, you need to at least make them feel safe that like it's going to be 4-4 when it comes to blows. So that way they're not making a preemptive move like this because they never felt secure that it was going to be 4-4. So that's why poor young Cedric was canceled so early because they thought that they had to make this move because it was sitting there. And Kylie, now you know I love young Kylie, but I don't understand why. Kylie said, you got to make the move when it's there. But I said, then if they had a chance to the backdoor Tucker, you got to do it. She's like, no, hold on now. Hold on. And I was like, see, that's what I'm saying. If the move's there, you got to take it or you don't. This was preemptive, right? This was preemptive. And they ended up putting them in a tough spot because now you got Brooklyn mad at you. You got Chelsea mad at you. You got Cam mad at you. You have Tucker backing you, but Tucker's not like the player I want to have on my side when the going gets tough. Yeah, he's good at comps, but I don't know what Tucker's going to do with anything. We watched him not use a veto on himself. That's wild. That's wild behavior.
Yep.
Point blank period. We didn't watch.
I don't understand. I don't understand him, but it works for him, which makes me even more mad.
And so with the cancellation of Young Cedric, we saw that Joseph, like I respect Joseph even more because he said, I watched the grip strength of Leah's hand on Chemo's hand, and I said, she ain't doing all that if she ain't gonna be doing the move.
Yep.
I gotta vote. Now, I do wonder. If they don't take Quinn's random vote in the middle of the week, and it's a 5-5 because Joseph goes with him, what does Angela do?
she would have gotten rid of Cedric.
I don't
I think
know.
she would have. I think
She
she
would have
gotten
because she
rid
had
of.
just joined the tanks or whatever that bullshit is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But before she's laid on the floor listening to doors, I think she gets rid of Rubina.
Oh yeah,
she
100%.
was like a couple days ago, she was like, that brat, that little brat. Don't like her at all. She was doing all that about Rubina. I think that she would have got rid of Rubina at that moment. But here we are. Young Cedric got canceled, and we saw the fallout. And then immediately after, you heard them start, like, you heard Chelsea sing a little note of the Young Cedric theme song that they had made for him, and they said a little too soon. And I was like, man. But CJ, after that, we get the rise and fall of a married mother. Brooklyn, man, oh man, Brooklyn is pissed. We saw Brooklyn tell Rubina, it's you. The house is against you. But know that me and you, we were real. We were always real, but the house is against you. We didn't see Brooklyn move through the city, letting everybody know, ringing the bell. We're voting out Rubina. We're voting out Rubina. And then the vote comes out and she got egg on her face.
I think it's funny how confident Brooklyn was. Like,
right.
She knew Rubina was going in her soul.
Yeah.
And then I think she was more surprised than Rubina was that Rubina was still there.
Rubina's like, I stayed. And she's like, she stayed?
Yeah, 100%.
She stayed?
And like, so much egg on her face. So much egg.
Yeah. And then, like, we got T-Core and Chemo whispering, we did that. That was us. We got Quinn. Poor Quinn. I felt bad for Quinn in this episode. This whole episode, when he loses the wall comp, when he's moping around, he's like locked in. Like, this is the worst, like you said, the worst 3 hours of a man's Big Brother game was right here. Blindsided by his own allies. You know what I'm saying?
His final three.
Yeah. They took out someone that he thought he was safe putting up as his pawn. So they go off on his HOH. They leave him out to vote, even though he can't vote. They don't even tell him, hey, man, we're doing this. And he's in there trying to talk to them. And Brooklyn basically comes in. Great acting by some low budget movie. Now she comes in there and she's like, y'all got me. Good played. You know what I'm saying? I wish y'all would have just could have let a girl know.
Why would I let a girl know? Why would I let her know?
Because we're the collective, remember?
We were the collective.
Yeah. Could have let a girl know. Remember we're the 5 points.
We are not.
Remember we were the 5 points.
We were.
Points.
We were the 5 points.
I know. That's why I'm surprised. She's like, she goes and talks to Chelsea and Cam, and she's like, it's us against them now. It's on now. It's on.
But
gloves are off. I'm about to win this.
But it's funny because like they decided to make the move, and like Mackenzie wasn't sure. She happened to get the vote right, and Joseph read people and got the vote right, which is funny. But you still only have 5 with potentially it's 5 against 4 with 3 loose votes right now.
No. Truth of the matter, Joseph said he would vote with them if they can get Leah and Mackenzie. Mackenzie was already mad at Cedric because he put her up last week and made her voice her power. So they had already confirmed that Mackenzie would vote out Cedric if he was available. Leah said that she was down to vote him out, so they knew that they had the votes of 5 without Joseph.
But do you think in future weeks that Chelsea could bring in Leah and Mackenzie and possibly Joseph to their side?
Not to get too much into spoilers, but I think she could bring in. I think she could bring in Mackenzie. Maybe she could have before. I don't know about it anymore. And then Leah, no.
Interesting. We'll talk
and
about
I'll get to that in the spoiler section. Yeah. But Brooklyn was just so convinced. She talks to Rubina afterwards. We don't see it in the episode, but she tells Rubina that she was tricked by the despicable Chemo and T-Core. That she would have always voted to keep her, but she didn't know. So she tried that. She talks to Tucker. I do not like Tucker because Tucker was like, why would they go against the house? Obviously, the whole house was always keeping Rubina. No, boy.
No, it wasn't.
This was much trickier than you thought. But you think you always know everything. So here you are just spouting off at the mouth.
Well, it's because Tucker's not actually playing a social game.
No, not at all. Not in the least bit.
Tucker's playing comps and hanging out with Rubina.
That's it. And he's annoying for it.
And somehow
Angela over there pumped because Angela was like, I'm also a married mother. And I'm the married mother that's going to survive.
Angela's got to go. I hate that she just made jury.
Yeah. I mean, Angela making jury, she's not even the biggest threat, but she'll never win the game. She'll probably be in the final two. She's not going to win the game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like Angela basically just made jury because as far as the pecking order, as far as people who have to go, like on one side, you have the Chelsea, Cam, Quinn, Brooklyn collective. They're the top four that have to go. And then on the other side is Tucker, Rubina, T-Core,
Tucker,
and Chemo. But though it's those four on either side are the ones that have to go, which means no one's looking at Angela, no one's looking at Leah, no one's looking at Joseph. Yeah. And so like y'all just made jury because they're at war with each other and they need your numbers. And now, in Angela's case, people are probably going to take her to the final two because no one thinks she can win.
Now, Tasha makes a good point here in the chat. Tucker told Cam that he didn't care if Rubina was put on the block, and he said he didn't. We saw that he was happy that she was safe, but he said he didn't care if she went up. She stated that she doesn't care about Tucker's game. I don't know how much these people are telling the truth, but they do. I mean, they're both older, right? Tucker's like 31.
Yeah.
And Rubina's like 35.
Yes.
So, though they're like locked in with each other, they're like $800,000, maybe $750,000, $750,000.
Yeah, like they're old enough to not throw the money away for a showmance.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that they will. So I do believe that Tucker was telling the truth to Cam at that time about not really caring if Rubina was on the blocks, but he was very happy that she stayed for obvious reasons.
Yes.
HOH reasons.
Yep.
But Brooklyn, I feel like Brooklyn, we talked about it last week. Brooklyn was in a good spot, and I think that she has immediately gone to a terrible spot, and not just because of Tucker winning HOH, but she really soured her relationship with that upsetness after the vote.
Yeah, like being bitter, it's a bad look, especially with, the people who end up in power.
Agreed. So Brooklyn ends up having some more time because we see her talking to Tucker after he wins the HOH. And we're going to talk about the wall in a minute, but when she talks to Tucker, she like comes to him and says, like, here's the game. This is what's, I'm going to lay it out a little bit for you. This is it. That's all I got. And that's kind of, and that's, I feel like the best way to play it because you can't really do nothing else. But for you to go from a top position and fall all the way down from grace, that's hard.
Yep.
It's hard, especially to be a married mother, having that happen to you.
Yeah, it was, 6 hours before that, she was flying high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then by the end of the night, she was like, well, I'm going home soon.
Yeah, she's like, what happened? What happened here? It's quite the experience for her to have to go through, in my opinion. with that being the case, we next get Mother Tucker on the wall, because we get to this wall comp because everybody knew it was gonna be the wall, right? Everybody, and it's usually like without fail at this point. 4 weeks in, we gonna see the wall.
Yeah.
4 weeks in, we gonna see the wall. And usually though, this is the end of whatever first round of twists that we're doing. But unfortunately, not ending of the AI arena. So AI arena is still going.
I think we're getting AI arena until jury.
Yeah, probably. And that was one thing that was interesting, is that with the AI arena not ending, you can't really backdoor Tucker, but you also don't want to give him 2 shots, Quinn, at saving himself. But we also get something interesting, CJ. Angela and Quinn were able to play in the wall competition.
Which I like that Angela was able to, because, she didn't actually get to be HOH. I like that Quinn was able to because it was a secret HOH. So I think everybody should have been able to play in the wall comp. I agree with this.
I think they fucked up. Not by letting them play, but I think that all week Quinn was saying, I think this, if the thing was actually a secret, it was actually a secret, and he didn't tell nobody, and he does the deep fake thing, and taking it away, right? And he does a deep fake thing and is able to take the HOH away from Angela without anyone knowing. I think they would have let him still vote.
Yeah.
And I think that he would have still been able to play in the HOH comp and not Angela.
Yes.
But then he told everybody, so everybody knew, which is why, according to Cedric's interviews, up until Wednesday, they thought that Quinn was voting.
I think it's funny because, similar to the challenge with Big Brother, they just kind of make up the rules as they go.
Yeah.
And that's why, if you ever look, they say it's not a game show, it's a social experiment, because there are influences within and outside of the game, and they could just change their mind and be like, well, that was the rule, but this is the rule now.
Yeah, there's no longer the rule that we have changed that rule. And that's kind of what happened here. Now we have this pivot where everyone gets to play. Cool. Everybody gets to play on the wall. Going in, I expected Tucker to win. Interesting. So B Bean says, so do we think banning Quinn from voting was retaliation for production? I don't know if it was retaliation. I would say that when Quinn was talking about how he had the vote and stuff, they didn't realize that, we don't want to necessarily give him a vote if he's going to just be the one to help make this happen, because they didn't do the math. But I think if they keep it secret, they don't look too deeply into it.
Because if Quinn had the vote and Joseph doesn't make the read right, you end up with a 5-5 tie, and then Angela's the tiebreaker.
But then that's the question. Is Angela the tiebreaker? Or is Quinn the tiebreaker with the second vote?
So,
because he's the deep fake.
But then why would you give him, and that's the thing, is I don't think they wanted to give him a second vote. But then you're right. Maybe Angela should have been able to vote. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
But I do think that production influences the game, to your point.
100%. And that's kind of how we got here. So everyone's playing the wall comp. Doesn't really matter. Angela's out in 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that you last longer than Angela in the wall comp?
Depends. Actually, I was actually thinking about this while I was watching it. What side am I on?
What do you mean? Are you in the middle versus the left versus the right?
Not the physical competition. Am I up there with Chelsea? Is it Kevin, Chelsea, Brooklyn, and Cam?
Considering how much you like Cedric, you would have been on that side.
So I'm lasting longer than both her and Chemo. Literally, I'm going to face plant off the wall. But it's funny, but I'm serious. I'm holding onto the wall until my fingers can't hold any longer. And in reality, the wall's here, and then it leans, and then it comes back. So every time it's starting to lean, I'm gripping. But when I'm not leaning, I'm probably gonna be trying to wipe my hands off and get them like ready to grip.
And it's funny because I don't think I think I last longer than Angela. I don't know if I last longer than chemo, even though I'm genuinely trying. And the reason why is I know I have no core strength. And the holding yourself back while the wall is leaning is what would fuck me up.
I don't have any illusions that I'm winning this thing.
Oh no,
but
I think I might be able to make it to not being a have not, but that's about it.
I know that I'm going if I'm in a position where we might be going up. I'm literally going to have to face plant off this wall because it's just I'm gonna hold on. It's gonna lean forward, and you're gonna know that my hands just gave out. And it may be in 6 minutes, but I did everything I could. Whereas, if I'm chemo, the moment Joseph drops, I drop.
Yeah,
because your boy's not trying to be a have not either. So the moment he drops, fuck, my hand slipped, man. Because I am not in a position where I need to worry about who wins, even though we just did this flip. I can try to go back to them because if I'm Kevin in this position with chemo, I'm like, look, chemo and T-Core insisted on doing this flip. I told him it wasn't a good idea. I was going with that, and then while they were all whispering and everything, I like looked over and I saw that they were locked in. They were making eyes at each other, and I knew they were locked in. And I knew they already had Leah McKenzie, and I did not want to be on the wrong side of the vote. That is the only reason. Now, I also need to tell you guys that I know about the Pentagon. I know about the Pentagon, and I know that's why they flipped. Because they talked to me about it, and I've known about the Pentagon for a little while, and even though I'm here in the collective, I know about the Pentagon.
Yeah.
But that's why they flipped, and that's why they made that move, because they were in on the Pentagon. I wasn't either, but I liked Young Cedric. He was a friend of mine. Rabita was a friend of mine too, but I liked Young Cedric a lot, and I didn't want to do that. And that's what I would have said. That's how I would have explained it. But that's why I would have dropped like after the third person dropped.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I should be like decent anyway, either way.
Yeah, my whole goal going into that comp, because I'm under no illusions of winning, is I just don't want to be a have not.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. We're not. Look at us. We're big dudes, dog. We ain't winning shit. We ain't winning that shit.
Yeah. Give me a different comp.
That but we get on the Mother Tucker on the wall, man. We get down to the final three of Cam, Quinn, and Tucker. And I'm like, Cam, if you don't help this alliance, bro, you got to figure something. Then he drops. And I'm like, oh.
You didn't even finish your whole thought.
I didn't. And then we're looking, and it's Tucker versus Quinn. And Quinn, you know, CJ, me and you've been playing sports a long time. And I hate when someone says someone didn't win because they didn't want it bad enough. Because that's bullshit. This is bullshit. Sometimes you're outmatched. Sometimes you're outmanned. And that's what Tucker ran into. Quinn ran into with Tucker. Because Quinn wanted that shit badly.
I think it's funny because Quinn, Cam, and Tucker all had thoughts on this. Tucker going, I was a D1 wrestling recruit. Like, grip strength is my thing. And then you have Cam. I was a wide receiver for college, D1 football recruit. Like, I believe he went to Penn State. It's all about grip strength. And then you got Quinn. Well, I rock climb 4 days a week. That's all about grip strength. So naturally, these three would be the last ones there.
Yeah.
And I guess wrestling wins.
Wrestling over rock climbing and football.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. Or is it because Tucker has man strength as the oldest one?
He doesn't have the kids. He doesn't have like dad strength. That's a different level. But he has
dad strength is different than man strength. But like The strength you have when you're 30 is different than the strength you had when you're 21.
True, but I think it's more the wrestling. I think it's more the wrestling because he has that wrestling grip situation going on, and he holds it, and everyone's in his group is happy. I'm pissed because, as you know, I'm a huge Chelsea stan. I'm a huge Cedric stan. Pentagon for life. You know what I'm saying? Pentagon for life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's coming to an end. Although we've come to the end. I don't want us to get.
We got to be no copyrights. No
We're
copyrights.
gonna get demonetized. We ain't make no money on this shit. No way. Get demonetized. But
One last thought about the wall comp that I find interesting is I went to look at wall comp times from the Big Brother wiki.
Yeah.
And this was the shortest wall comp that they have a time for. They don't have the official time up yet, but I know it was like 40 minutes and 20 something seconds. The next shortest wall comp was last year, which Jared won at 43 minutes. The next shortest wall comp was the year before that Taylor won at 47 minutes. So apparently we are just getting worse as a society at wall comps.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see a wall competition. And I think it's probably for the better for Big Brother because then the people get to work with like the strategy. What if there's a wall comp where the wall doesn't tilt?
And you're just standing there? I mean, that's basically the pressure cooker at that point.
What if the wall tilts at a 10-degree angle?
Like just enough to annoy you?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's going to be up there a long time.
What if every 5 minutes the wall tilts at another degree?
Eventually, yeah. Like eventually people, I like that the wall like tilts and goes back so that people get a chance to rest. Gives them a chance to strategize and talk it out. But you're right. Like if we just tilt you forever, shit wouldn't go nearly as long.
Nope. But they would go longer than what we've been seeing recently, of recent history.
So according to this wiki, the longest wall comp in Big Brother history was BB Can 1, which Jillian McLaughlin won 3 hours and 36 minutes on the wall.
I want to see that. I want to see someone just living on the wall, camping out. Someone bring hot dogs and burgers because we having a cookout.
That's 20 minutes longer than the next one, which was BB 14, 3 hours and 16 minutes, and that was Danielle Murphy.
Danielle Murphy.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure was quick.
To BB Bean's point, I'm pretty sure that was the shortest wall comp in BB history.
Yeah, it is.
And I could say that because me and my wife we were struggling, so we didn't get to watch at 5 o'clock. We had to watch later with the live broadcast, and we even started that one late. And then I saw on Twitter that it was the wall comp, so the plan was to switch over as soon as we were done watching the live episode. That wasn't live for us because we were watching like peasant West Coasters.
Yeah.
And the wall comp was over before we finished the episode.
Yep. We jumped on the show after the 5 at 6:30 Pacific, and I was like, "Oh, the wall comp's on." And then as I was texting Kylie and Sheldon, I was like, "Oh, it's already over."
Yep.
It's already over. What can you do though?
I appreciate that they waited to make it live for the West Coast.
Yeah.
But that just shows how late I was.
Correct. The man, it's tough because Tucker, I felt like was the odds-on favorite to win. I think Tucker is the betting favorite to win every competition he's in,
which is wild.
And no matter what it is, he's the betting favorite, and I don't like it because though B Bean brings a good point, the AI arena has injected enthusiasm back in the game. It doesn't help with strategy because this man has no need to strategize.
And it's like we talked about earlier. There's no reason for him to play a social game because he can just try to win the veto. And if he doesn't win the veto, he can try to win the AI arena. There's no way to backdoor him right now. And dude's been beasting it.
his Mike. He's trying to get his Mike Holloway on out here, doing what he can. Mike Holloway. Those that don't watch Survivor, he like BB. I don't think BB the Survivor watcher. Worlds Apart, which is a season of Survivor. Dude at like Final 9 or some shit like that. He like won every competition. The one he lost, he had an idol to keep himself safe, and then he won like every competition to stay in the game.
So he damn near went full Colby.
Yeah. He jagged it out. You know what I'm saying? He jagged it out the
Yeah.
whole time, and I do not like the concept that this man could win out the rest of the way.
And if you ask me if he could, like if you ask me to bet, will he win out? Of course the answer is no. There's too many chances for him to lose. It's like when you do your NCAA tournament bracket. Are you picking one team or are you picking the field? You pick the field because what are the chances?
Right.
But I'm like, there's a 1% chance that I believe he could right now. We're still too far out for me to go higher than 1%. But like, if we hit jury and he's still doing this, it's gonna be a lot higher than 1% that I think he can do it.
Yeah. It's we're at what 13 people left? Or like what is it? 12 people left? 12 people left?
12 people left.
This man wins down to final 2. Like, we need the AI arena to go away so I can backdoor this dude. Or
if he
not even a double.
But like if he wins out, I don't think you even have to weigh social game at that point because what he just did was unprecedented.
Yeah.
You could play the worst social game in the world. You could literally shit in other people's shoes in the house, and I would still have to vote for you because what you just did is the most impressive thing I've ever seen on this show.
You go up there to vote. My vote is for the dude that's going to buy me a new pair of shoes. Good luck, everybody. That's what you have to do. My vote's for the guy that's going to buy me a new pair of shoes.
Wow.
Because you're right, though. Like, that's where we're getting to. That's where we're at with this dude. And I hate it. I actively hate it. This Mother Tucker, like, he sucks. And this is why he sucks, okay? Let's get to point 4. Because this is, Tucker's the HOH, and he gets to investigating people. He got Modelo in hand. He's sitting out there outside the HOH room conducting meetings. He just made this new alliance because he had the tank. The Angela's like, please let me be at the bottom of this thing. Like, cool. So they have the tanks. Then you add in Joseph, and we got 6th Avenue. 6th Avenue. So with 6th Ave, he's like, that's locked in. Leah trying to get this dick locked in. Mackenzie also trying to get this dick locked in. That just leaves the other 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, 6th Avenue, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 7, 8, 9 to 11. Oh, and then Quinn. Yeah. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're seeing. So he says, let me question these guys. Talks to Brooklyn first. Brooklyn, who voted out? Who voted out Rabina? Motherfucker, it's the people that are not in the group with you. You know who it is. Why are you asking her?
Because he might actually be that dense that he doesn't know who voted them out.
Ain't no way.
You're laughing, but you believe it. Like, you can at least believe that a little bit.
Nah. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. So he does that first. Then he goes and he says, Chelsea. Who voted out Cedric? She's like, I voted to keep Cedric myself. Right. And who voted with you? I don't know, man. I'm not here to talk about that. Let's talk about who can take out your target. Because you said Quinn's your target. Let's figure out how we can take out Quinn. He's like, I don't want to hear all that. I want you to tell me who voted. So then we get Cam. Cam's like, I did. And obviously Chelsea did because, Young Cedric, Michael Chip, and Dip, you know what it is. Mascots. And then they're like, yeah, but who's the third vote? I don't know. Okay, you lied to me, bro. Who cares? You know what you were going to do all along.
He's embracing his inner Ray J that we love to quote. I got to get to the bottom of this.
To the bottom of this. Shout out to Patriot State Ray J. Really the big leader for us leader for us in terms of reality TV. Shout out to Peaches as well. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like Chardonnay. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Danger.
Danger. For the love of Ray J. Y'all haven't seen For the Love of Ray J. It's fantastic. It was a dating show in the same vein of Rock of Love and Flavor of Love, where Ray J was looking for love. And he gave everybody nicknames.
Yep.
And it was fun. It was fantastic. But yes, he wanted to get to the bottom of this. And BB is right. He wanted to take a victory lap. He wanted to dance on their effing graves. F this dude, man. Didn't need that. This fake investigator nonsense was bullshit. And it was annoying. It was so annoying. And I was like, this is a waste of their time, a waste of his time. Stupid.
And yet it's getting him lots of screen time.
Yeah, he does everything. Like, people do stuff for the gram. He does everything for TV. Everything he does is for the TV. And that's why I think I don't like him. Because I want good game players. I like boring Big Brother. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Boring Big Brother means that people are in control and planning out what needs to be done. All Tucker does is says chaos, baby. He says chaos mode engaged. And I hate it.
I agree with you. I like the calm game. Like, I know I complained last year about Sari and her group being in control, but it wasn't that they were in control. It was that every week they had to go through the Izzy freak out on Monday and Tuesday about what are we going to do. That was what annoyed me. And then it got flipped on his head, and then I was engaged. But the way that season ended, I literally forgot Jag existed. That's how bad that season was. Like when we went to record the preview, and we're like, yeah, and who won last season? And like we all sat there and thought for a minute, and then Kylie was like, it was Jag. I was like, oh, I forgot about that dude. Like I wiped that entire season from my mind.
Well, that dude, you probably forgot about him when he went home week 10, and then Matt did the thing and brought him back.
Yeah.
At Final 10, yeah, you were like, oh, that dude's gone. Brain out of here.
Yeah.
And so Jack, that's why I like a boring game, though, because give me a boring game. It means people are in control, and I love to see people work. People get busy, and that's what they were doing in there. But then Tucker's just chaos. And so a part of his chaos, he says to Quinn that I'm going to put you up as a pawn, even though we've had this blood feud for a couple weeks now, all because you had a power and I wanted to expose it because. And so that's what I was doing.
We were supposed to be in an alliance, and you didn't tell me about this power. So obviously we're not as close as I think we are. So now you got to go. It's dumb.
Correct. And so with all that bullshit, Tucker tells Quinn that. He tells Brooklyn, I need a pawn. He tells Chelsea, I ain't nobody's. I ain't nobody's pawn. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get up there on no block. But it wasn't like Young Cedric. It wasn't like Young Cedric volunteered. Get out of here with that shit. And then he says, Cam, you know it is what it is. And Cam says, it is what it is. Catch you later. And he's like, no dap? No handshake? No, motherfucker, you better put me up. And lo and behold,
when he said that, I almost turned the TV off. I was just like, I'm done. I don't need to watch the rest of this episode. That was so stupid. Why would I dap you? Why would I dap you? It's like when you're my number one enemy, why would I congratulate you about winning HOH?
Yeah. Hey man, you did that shit. You better take me out. You better take me out, dog. Like, congrats on that shit, dog. Like, a good job. So you have, not me, one of my closest allies. All right, I'm good with it.
Cool.
No. And lo and behold, he puts up Brooklyn, Quinn, and Cam. I'm real sad. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. The Pentagon was my favorite this season. Pentagon for Life. If I didn't do this show with you, CJ, and with Kylie and Sheldon, your boy would be stopped watching the moment Chelsea went home, because Chelsea is the best player in the house and she's my favorite. And if she went home, I would be done.
Every season, I do that where there's somebody that I get attached to, and then when they go home, I'm done.
But now you
And
do this gosh
now
darn
we
show.
do the show. Because how long did we watch last season?
We hate watch
from a while.
we hate watch the moment Jared started really being real dumb, and the moment him and Corey got into that fight, and he like was all over the place. That was when it became a hate watch, because it was just counting down the days for Queen Mother Suri.
And like back when we lived together, way back in the day, we both watched Big Brother, but it wasn't a priority for me anymore when the people I liked went home.
Listen, okay, so for those that don't know, me and CJ lived together for about 10 years. We've been friends for a very long time. And in our old apartment back in like 2008, 2009, we're over watching Big Brother BB8, right? We watched BB8 to completion, right?
Yeah.
BB9, we watched most of it because it was during the writer strike.
Yes.
So most, if not all, I might have caught Big Baller winning somewhere down the road, right? BB10 watched all of Dan's season.
We did. I was in the Dan.
BB11, no, we watched some of Jesse. Didn't really care about Jordan and Jeff. Caught on the replay that Jordan won. You know what I'm saying?
I think I stopped watching when. I can't even remember when I stopped watching that one. It's been a long time.
Funny.
I can tell you.
I know we stopped watching when Shima threw her mic. That was when she flushed her mic. We were done. Yeah. We stopped watching in our house. It was over. We stopped watching in our house. BB12, right? Missed most of it. Not gonna lie, missed most of it because I was like, don't like the meow. I don't like Hayden. I don't like Matt that much. I really don't like Rachel. So Brittany Hayes was fine. But I was like, don't like Rachel, don't like Brendan. Stop watching that one early. That was BB12, right?
No, I don't even have it.
Yeah. That's 12. Because BB13, that's when Rachel comes back and wins.
And we did watch that one.
We watched the Lawan being convinced that he's gonna come back. And then he didn't come back. We watched that. And then BB14.
I'm still not over that.
He got magical powers. He's got magical powers. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna beat Brendan. I'm gonna come back. Nah, dog. Nah. We watched that, and then BB14 was when we that's when Dan got hosed again.
We watched all of that one.
Yeah. That's 14, 15. Oh man, Racist Big Brother. That was hard. We stopped watching that one. Aaron was too much for us. I'm
not gonna like you remember all of them in order. The last time I remembered like quitting on a season, and then I didn't watch 1920.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 18. No, I didn't watch 19, 20, 21 because the last one that I remember watching before All Stars was the one that Nicole Franzel won, because I was a fan of Nicole Franzel, and I know a lot of people are not, but I just find her entertaining. And when she got voted out, I was done, and then she got back in the house.
But you already gone.
No, but I started watching again because you were like, Nicole's back in the house. I was like, what? So I had a time jump.
I had to catch up. BB wants to know, did we watch BB15? We did, and it was bad. Spencer was bad. Spencer Clausen, McCrae, Amanda, and obviously Aaron was the worst. And watching Aaron and Gina Marie be racist was just the hardest thing. But we watched, and I was watching the feeds at the time too. So I'm like up to date on all the shit. And so I'm like, this is rough. Siege, this is rough.
Yeah.
This is
BB asked, we watch between? You said yes. I watched BB1, and then I watched All Stars, which was 7,
Yeah.
and then we
We're
started
roommates for 8. We started living
and we
together
were
at 8.
roommates for 8. So I watched 1, 7. It looks like 8 through 18. Didn't watch 19, 20, 21 was All Stars, or 22 was
No,
All Stars.
22 was All Stars. 21
And I
was
watched
Jackson.
19, 20, and 21.
Yeah. Like, listen, as y'all heard off the dome, man, I be in these BB streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, Big Brother's been my shit for a long time, a long time. So that's why I'm here for the gameplay, and I love the gameplay. And Tucker's making good TV, but this fake investigator shit was boring as fuck, and it was unnecessary. That's how I felt about it. Which is why, like, this kind of stuff, and like, you hate Angela. You hate Angela.
I told you I broke my computer.
I hate
I'm
the fact that
$1,000 down on Angela.
I hate the fact that Angela's a casual that's living in the Big Brother house, is getting to watch Tucker firsthand, so she supports all his nonsense. That's what I hate.
Yes.
It's bad. It's bad, but we get to watch it week in and week out, and it's annoying. But those are the 4 things.
It just upsets me that my 2 least favorite people in the house are the 2 that are getting the most screen time.
Yeah. Give me some more Joseph, man. He's at least doing shit.
Yeah.
Give me some more Joseph. Give me more Chelsea. Give me all the Chelsea. Chelsea's so great. Because she's funny too. And they're giving you all the Chelsea from the diary room because she is by far the best narrator they have in the house.
So it's funny because T-Cord, I can't remember her getting more than like 5 confessionals before making the flip. But it's funny because she just doesn't get a lot of screen time in general. And me and the wife were watching last Wednesday's episode, and she was talking to Chemo, and she didn't have her glasses on. And my wife looks at me and she goes, "She's gorgeous." I was thinking the same thing. She's like beautiful. I was like, she's all that at her. They just took off her glasses.
Took off her glasses, took off her bonnet.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. My God, this woman is stunning. They just took off her glasses and let her hair down. It works. It actually works.
Yeah. And that's T-Core for you. And there's some really pretty ladies this season. It's really nice. It's been a lot of fun. CJ, are you ready to get into the spoilers?
I'm already crying about it.
Hit my spoiler music.
Man, I thought they'd never leave.
We gotta let people get up out of here first. You guys got like 10 seconds. If you don't want to join us again on Thursday as me and Kylie and Sheldon and maybe CJ go through what has happened in the Big Brother house through this week on a Thursday, about half hour after the episode. So join us about, was that 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific?
Something like that.
So we'll be on right then to talk about that. Now, spoiler time. Spoilers. So, CJ.
Yes, sir.
HOH is Tucker. Nominees are
Quinn,
Brooklyn, Quinn, and Cam.
Yep.
I'm going to give you one guess on who won the veto.
Can I take the field?
You would have lost that money. And it once again Tucker.
It shows you how much I dislike Tucker. That he was one of my preseason picks to win, and yet I would still throw away money by betting the field after knowing he won.
It's ridiculous because with Tucker doing what he does, it's well-roundedness. He won hide and go veto, CJ.
It doesn't make sense. He's good at so many different things. Like I can't even be mad.
Apparently, wherever he hit the veto, they didn't even know that you could hide a veto there.
Like the people in the house or production.
Quinn and Joseph were talking about how they didn't even know that you could hide a veto there.
That's
But
funny.
apparently, to put the veto where you have to put it has to be pre-approved. Like when you're
Oh,
putting
so
it, when you're hiding it, production says yes or no. So wherever he put it,
production was okay with it.
yeah. But they didn't even know a veto could be hidden there.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Which led to drama. So now Tucker's the HOH. But going in, he had told Quinn, listen, don't ever tell nobody. Come here. Come here. He said, come here. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody that you are a pawn. Because if you do, I won't use a veto on you when I win it. He said this on Friday night before, the veto competition even happened.
I mean, he said they showed it on the Thursday episode, him telling Quinn that he's a pawn, and Quinn doesn't believe him, but Quinn actually is a pawn because he's not afraid of Quinn, which I think is
Right.
ridiculous. Because even if you're not afraid of him, what happens if this dude just lucks up and wins a veto, or lucks up and wins HOH? Like,
Right.
if you know he's gunning for you, you still need to get rid of him.
Correct. So he tells them, bro, whatever you want to do, man. If you tell anybody though, I'm not using a veto on you. Obviously, Quinn's having a conversation with Brooklyn. Obviously, he tells Brooklyn that he's a pawn and he thinks Brooklyn's the target. Obviously, Brooklyn then goes to Tucker and says, so I think apparently Quinn said he's a pawn and am I your target? He's like, no, but that dude fucked up. And so after that, he's like, I'm not using this veto on Quinn. Okay.
And that's
He's been
Saturday
telling
night?
that was Saturday day. That was Friday night, Saturday day.
Because the veto was done by like 2 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, they then do the
Saturday.
veto competition, and he wins the veto, and he's like, might do something crazy, might not do nothing at all. All weekend, T-Core and Chemo, specifically T-Core, does not want Chelsea to go up as a replacement mom. They've been trying to push for Mackenzie to be the replacement mom.
Why Mackenzie?
Because they're not close to Mackenzie. They don't want to be in another situation where they have to choose between Quinn and Chelsea. Because they don't want Quinn to go home, but they also don't want Chelsea to go home neither.
Interesting, but like you just burn them both.
So it's funny because Taryn Armstrong from Rob Has a Podcast, he says it all the time. He's been talking about it. He says they want to keep Chelsea, but Chelsea has not talked to them since they screwed her. But
if I'm Chelsea, I'm doing the same thing.
Chelsea's game was so good before then that they feel good with her. And
they are targets number 2 and 3. Hell, they might be targets 1 and 2.
2 and 3. Tucker's target number 1. But I think that T-Core might be able to wriggle out of it. I don't know about Chemo. They think Chemo's spineless. But T-Core might be able to wriggle out of it if Chelsea's up there in HOH. So they don't want Chelsea to go up. So
side note, I don't think anyone can work with Chemo until Tucker goes home because Chemo will always go to Tucker due to his love for Tucker.
Correct. So here's the thing, CJ. So yes, last night, Joseph, because Joseph has been pretty loyal to Tucker. The only time he turned on Tucker was when he was like, fuck Tucker, Cedric, let's ride. And then Quinn fucked up his HOH. And then Joseph was like, Young Cedric, never knew him. Don't know who that's talking about. Tucker for life.
That's how you play the game.
I got Tucker's name tattooed right here. I got Tucker's name. I've been riding for Tucker the whole time. And it's like Cedric crossed out Tucker. And he has right there. That cross out is what I said he's gotta die. That's why I said Cedric, nope, Tucker. And so that's why I have him tattooed on me. So with that kind of love, Joseph has been riding with Tucker from jump, right? So he tells Joseph, I know what I'm doing with the veto. It's going to be a surprise, but I'm about to blow up this house. the visible sigh on your face when I said that. Like the visible sigh. You're like, yes, this man said, I'm about to blow up this house. So today was the veto ceremony. in the veto ceremony, these are things that I am hearing he said. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see the immediate fallout because I was actually busy at work today doing work stuff. So I just caught little bits and pieces. He told Quinn, I use the veto on Quinn because Quinn doesn't scare me. And you're pretty insignificant at this point. And Quinn said, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I thought that was funny. So shit like that. Brooklyn's his target, maybe. He might change his target to the real mastermind, Chelsea. I don't know if that's going to clear, but we'll see. T-Core and Chemo didn't want Chelsea to go up, so I don't think they'll be voting Chelsea out. But right now, the target is Brooklyn. I do think Cam could go home over Chelsea if Brooklyn were to win the AI arena, but Tucker wants Chelsea to go if Chelsea and Cam are up there next to each other.
I think that Chelsea has the votes to stay based on who would be voting.
So I was trying to count that, and that's what I need to see. Okay, so we have 12 people, right?
Yes.
2 people on the block. This is what Tasha, girl, thank you for coming through. Chelsea's been putting in the work this afternoon. Thank you. That's what I need to see. Thank you for that. So this is the vote. This is how to vote. So right now, if Chelsea's versus Brooklyn, Brooklyn goes home.
Yes.
If Chelsea's versus Cam, this is how I see the votes going. And me being right here with the people.
Ready.
Angela, be being right. We need that. So Angela 50. Angela's 50 if y'all were wondering. Angela 50. Angela is going to vote. That's one vote for Cam to stay. So that's voting Chelsea out. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Brooklyn's going to vote Cam out. Cam's on the block. Chelsea's on the block. I think Chelsea gets voted out by Joseph if he's pushing it. But Joseph's always also going to look at the numbers, I think.
I think Joseph is going to go with the numbers unless he's the swing vote. But I'm looking at the names, and I don't think he's the swing vote.
Right. I think Chemo votes out Cam.
Yes.
I think Leah votes out Chelsea.
Really? Because I think she votes out
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
Okay.
MJ votes out Cam.
Yes.
Quinn votes out Cam.
Yes.
Rabina might vote out Chelsea, but she could easily vote out Cam. T-Core votes out Cam.
I think because now we're going through this, I think Rubina would vote out Chelsea, but I think Leah would keep her. So our numbers are both 6-3.
All right. So let me get you one more thing that you missed this weekend. Chelsea has been annoyed with MJ and Leah for a long time.
Yes.
She's annoyed with Leah because Leah was rebuffing the dude that she wanted to be with.
Okay.
Right?
I knew she was frustrated with that, but I know she was trying to get the girls thing going, so she was just
Tucker told Leah after everything was going down, by the way, Chelsea hates you. She's like, what? And she's like, yeah, man, she makes snide remarks about you all the time. She don't like you. And Chelsea, I don't know if you heard recently, Don 40, what number president was he? 46?
Yes. Donald Trump.
He said the other day that if you don't like him, he don't like you. Did you hear that in his speech that he said the other day? He said he has a tendency to not like people that don't like him. Leah's on that mode, and so she doesn't like Chelsea no more because she heard that she don't like her, and she's like, "Oh, I don't like that bitch neither." It's that simple.
Did she confront her?
No.
So they're just beefing, quiet beef now.
Quiet beef. And so she's now talking shit about her in other rooms. Finally, Quinn heard that Leah doesn't like him. The Brooklyn told him. Today, though, he asked Leah. Leah cried about it and said, that's not true at all. It is true. She done said it several times. If only they had told him last week, Rabina never goes up, Young Cedric doesn't go home, we're not in this situation. but here we are.
It's
So
funny because they're not doing a good job of managing the relationships. The only
correct.
person in the house that would know I didn't like him right now would be Angela.
It'll be on site. She walk in the room. A loud guffaw.
Not even that. Hit my music. I'm out.
You know what's even better? Angela was crying the other day to Tucker. Because she's like, I don't think Chemo and T-Core like me. And whenever I walk in the room, they stop talking. And we're all supposed to be in this alliance, but they're not even working together with me in the alliance. And then he's like, they're there. It's okay, Angela. They don't like her. She wouldn't be in the alliance if she didn't catch them when she was sneaking on the door.
The fact, like, I think I said this on here before. If I knew she was sneaking listening at doors, I'd be throwing those bitches open. I'd be tiptoeing to a door. Wham! Oh, damn, Angela, I didn't know you were there.
Oh, hit you right in the face, didn't I? Stop listening at the doors. Stop listening at the doors.
Kick those bitches wide open.
So that's why, though, Leah will be a vote to vote out Chelsea.
Okay.
And now Tasha, Tasha always coming through. She said, Leah says she'll talk to her. So we shall see.
I mean, it's still young in the week, and our numbers are both like we both think it's 6'3", but the difference between 6'3" and 5'4" is not that far. And then once it's 5'4", it can go 5'4" the other way.
It's true. It's true. The unfortunate thing, CJ, we hear at the 5 p.m.ers, we keep it down for the culture. Unfortunately, 3 black people are on the block. This is going to be real rough for us. We already had a black person leave. We got 3 on the block right now.
Yep.
We down bad. We're down bad. It's going to be tough. But we got to believe. Tucker can't play next week. Tucker can't play next week for the HOH. Hopefully, whatever is left can win. CJ, what if Angela wins the 3rd HOH? What if Angela wins the 3rd HOH?
I can afford another computer. Like, don't get it twisted.
Man, a 3rd HOH for Angela would be wild.
Like, so I was thinking about this the other day because before the wall comp, her HOH win percentage was 67%. Because 2 out of 3. And it made me wonder, what's the highest win percentage for somebody that's won multiple HOHs? And I didn't even bother to Google it and try to figure it out.
Gotta be Jags.
But
gotta be Jags. Gotta be Jags. Remember Jags wins those 2 back to back?
Yeah.
He won like every other.
He won, but like because of the early in the season and the fact that he can't compete in other ones, like I don't know. I really don't know. 67% means you win 2 out of 3. I don't think he won 2 out of 3 last season.
So down the stretch, these are HOHs. Riley, Heisem, Felicia, Cam, Jared. We're at week 5, right?
Okay.
Week 6, Jared. Week 7 it's what's it called? It's a double. And with Jared, Corey. Week 8, week off for Zombie Week.
Yes.
Week 9, Cam. Week 10, Bowie, Jane. Then Jag, Bowie, Matt, Bowie, Jag. So I guess not. Jag has these vetoes unlocked though. Veto winner. Week 3, Jag. Week 7, first veto, Jag. Week 10, Jag. Week 12, Jag. Week 11, Jag. Week 13, Jag. Week 14, Jag. Jag ended up, he was a veto comp beast.
Yeah, but like his win percentage in HOHs, if I'm doing just the quick math, I think he can compete in 12 if my math is right, and he won 3. That's 25%. If I counted right. 67%, that's wild.
True. HOH wins. I found some website. I don't know how up to date. Janelle has 6. Rachel Riley had
Yeah.
6 over. I think those are over 2 seasons possibly. Boogie over a couple. Drew Daniel, he has 4 HOH wins, 23.8 win percentage, nominated only once. He had a combined 5 wins. Probably someone like him or Hayden Moss. Hayden Moss is sitting at a 29.4 win percentage because like some people that are higher in the 30s.
You've been in a lot. You've been in less HOHs.
Okay, I got the highest percentage right here. Hardy Hill. Hardy from, I'm thinking BB2. He won 3 HOHs. Won 3 vetoes. He played in 5 comps.
So he won 60%. If Angela wins next week, she'd be at 60%. Because she dropped to 50 when she fell off the wall.
Yep. So I think he has the highest percentage. Because no one else has played in as few as comps and still won that many.
Yeah.
So Hardy is the situation that we're looking at here.
Like it's just crazy to think about this. 3 out of every 5 HOHs, Angela wins. What?
The fact that like I can pull up that stat, like that's crazy. Someone else did that work. Props to them. Whatever website I just looked up on accident. Props to them.
What did you even Google?
I think I just Googled HOH win percentage. HOH win percentage, Big Brother. And then it pulled up a website that had all the graphs of all those cop wins.
That's
and
funny.
The numbers and the math that was done. I was like, okay.
And you know that person doesn't get paid to keep that. That's like
$0. They like us get paid $0. We also get $0. This is all love right here. That's how much we love this game, man. That's how much we love this game. We love this show. CJ, I don't know who goes home this week. Oh, there's another bad move, by the way. This dude does it all for TV. You should have never taken Quinn down. That's stupid. You gotta put another person up. So 3 people are gonna be here next week. They're all gonna be mad at you. You're an idiot. Fuck this dude.
Mm-hmm.
This is the truth.
He just likes bathing in blood. Just
it's ridiculous.
Wash myself.
But Tucker's like, I just want to do all the things, and I'll be on all the shows. He's gonna be great on the challenge, though. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and be wild on the challenge. Go hang out with Josh and Fessy. Go have fun on vacation. Whatever you got to do. Vacation Alliance. Another dude for Troy Dale to hook up with. These are all things that are.
I actually like Troy Dale.
I do too. A lot of people don't like Troy Dale, but this is just another dude for her to hook up with. Nani's off the market. Maurice is off the market. You know, it just makes sense. Olivia's off the market right now because she's with Trey. What's his name? Tall dude. Theo. So you know, whatever. But he'll find his piece. He'll find his piece out there. CJ, you got anything else?
I really hope Angela doesn't win HOH. Like we all know one of our people is going home. Somebody I like is going home. Actually, I don't like Cam. I don't dislike Cam. Cam is just there. So if Cam goes home, I would be the least upset about it.
I agree with that. Let's hope that okay, this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Brooklyn wins the AI competition. I hope that they vote out Cam over Chelsea. If there's any chance Chelsea goes home, I need my girl to win the AI competition. And I'm sorry, Brooklyn, it is what it is. I was hoping Mackenzie won the veto, because if Mackenzie won the veto, she would have used it on Brooklyn, then Quinn, Cam, and then Chelsea would have been on the block, but then Mac would have been safe, and Brooklyn would have been safe, and there was a good chance that Chelsea would still be in the house.
Yep.
But we're in the darkest timeline. It is what it is. It is what it is.
It's like I said, it's an exciting week. Like this is the first episode that I was actively engaged in, like sitting and watching and not scrolling through my phone. But I'm sad at the results.
Yep. It's unfortunate, but one fortunate thing is we will be back next Monday. Right? I don't have nothing on Monday. Do you have anything on Monday?
I don't think so.
So we will be back next Monday talking as the 5 p.m.ers, talking about everything that happened over the next week. We'll be watching the eviction. We'll see what's going on there. We'll see who the new HOH is. So join us here talking about that on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, Join us directly after the show at about 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern on Thursday as we talk about who goes home, everything that happened there, everything that happened in the hide and go veto competition, and everything that happened in the eviction episode. We'll be doing our top 4 things for that. Sheldon and Kylie should be here for that. So thank you for joining us. In the chat, shout out to Tasha, B Bean, Ed, getting conversation going in the chat. And you guys can join us too and be talking here in the chat if you guys want to join us next week at 5 p.m. with the 5 p.m.ers. I keep saying 5 because we're West Coast, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, as we talk about this. Thank you for joining us. Coming to you from outside of the Big Brother house. Good night.